Welcome to Caregiver's Note, a podcast on childhood disorders and other mental health conditions. The views expressed in this podcast do not serve as medical advice. I am your host, Nkukone, Dr. Tema, and this is episode 1, titled ADHD, Symptoms Described. Below is a highlight of points that will be covered in this episode. First, brief background on ADHD. Second, naming of the condition and description. Brief background on ADHD. ADHD is possibly one of the most talked about mental disorders, or shall we say, developmental condition. A lot of information available in the public domain is mostly helpful. Some of the information, however, is not constructive, causing a lot of confusion and anxiety, especially in instances where caregivers need to decide in pursuing treatment in the form of medication or not. The sources of this information include a mix of clinicians or experts from various backgrounds, people that have lived with the condition, and other interested parties like pharmaceutical companies. A common complaint in circulation is that ADHD has been overdiagnosed, perhaps by those who stand to gain. This is an unfortunate sentiment as it discourages those with a genuine diagnosis from accessing treatment. This rhetoric needs to be balanced with the reports from those whose diagnoses were missed, only to present much later with additional complications. Most people have been diagnosed in recent years compared to the distant past. And this is in part due to awareness about the condition. The discovery of ADHD can be dated back to over 3 centuries ago. This is mentioned here to give confidence that there is a lot we now know about ADHD than not. There is more information in circulation in recent times to educate public on the presentations of ADHD and its consequences. Naming of the condition and description. Attention Deficit and Hyperactivity Disorder, ADHD for short, or a more popular name, ADD, has been named after the range of presenting symptoms. These are listed and described below. ADHD combined subtype, ADHD hyperactivity impulsivity subtype, ADHD inattentive subtype. Firstly, ADHD combined subtype is the most common presentation wherein all symptoms are equally present. Secondly, ADHD hyperactivity impulsivity is the next most common, in which hyperactivity and impulsivity are predominant. There are generally a few inattention symptoms identifiable as well. Hyperactivity and impulsivity symptom cluster are often seen together. This often present as disruptive behaviors, the reason for children to attract acute attention from teachers and caregivers for either harsh discipline or urgent psychological assessment. Caregivers have described excessive energies from the time the children wake up and throughout the day, as if driven by motor, only to collapse at night of exhaustion, and this repeated daily. These children have no sense of danger, and this becomes apparent when they climb significant heights, and as such will suffer multiple injuries as they are accident prone. A few would suffer injuries at the hands of very frustrated caregivers. Children with ADHD have also been described as demanding due to their inability to delay gratification. If promised anything by their caregivers, they would nag, so it happens immediately. At home, children would appear disrespectful as they would constantly butt into adults' conversations. In the company of peers, described as bossy, as they always want to play leader, struggling with giving others a turn to play or sharing toys. This is often a source of consistent altercations with their peers. This can also play out in a classroom setting. They would be responding to questions even before the teachers complete their questions. They have been described as fidgety, restless, not able to sit still for a significant period, pacing and as such causing disruptions to the class. Third, ADHD inattentive subtype is the least common, with attention deficit symptom cluster dominating. Seemingly benign, but possibly the most problematic symptom cluster. In contrast to other symptom clusters, which by nature seem to attract more acute attention, excuse the pun. As such, swift assessment. Attention deficit problems are insidious. It is marked by inability to focus for protracted period with major impact on task management. Task completion is delayed or interrupted by periods of daydreaming, especially if done alone. If the task is done, the quality of the task is marked by numerous careless mistakes and compromised by untidiness. Because of boredom, children with attention deficit will skip from one activity to the other without completion, or not able to play with one toy long enough. At best, some children are hyper-focused on screens, be it television or computer games, as this provide constant, rapid, and captivating stimulation extremely far from what academic activities would do. Children would often be described as fidgety as they try to settle themselves to focus through tasks. It is often challenging for children with attention deficit to sift out stimuli and hence easily distracted. This is most noticeable during homework times in the busyness of household, or worse, for children sitting at the back of the class. Attention deficits significantly interfere with the ability of children following through with instructions, especially if multiple or sequential. This is seen as forgetfulness and often misinterpreted or experienced as rebellion. Children need instructions repeated over and over, in which case they will get into trouble with authority figures, be it their caregivers or teachers in school. To summarize what we have just presented, attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder has been around for over 3 centuries. The name as it stands represents the symptom clusters, which are present in varying combinations. These symptom clusters will interfere with function both at home and at school. In conclusion, ADHD is a complex condition and not always easy to diagnose due to the variable symptoms presentation. Without going into details of numbers, ADHD disproportionately affects males the most. Females commonly present with inattentive subtype. It is for this reason that girls would be diagnosed much later, as they would not be too disruptive to their environment. ADHD is not selective of any racial or socioeconomic background. Those at lower socioeconomic level, though, seem to suffer the most from the consequences. This is due to lack of resources to assist individuals later in life, especially in adolescence and later adulthood. Thank you for listening to Caregivers Note. Do check out our website at www.nsztema.co.za for more resources, our contacts, and the author's profile. Please remember the views expressed in this podcast does not serve as medical advice. Always check with your clinician for any medical concern or clarity. If you liked this episode, please share the link with those who could benefit from it. Tune in to our next episode when we present ADHD 2, the cause and effect.